Worldwide, it is said that 2.1 billion adults are overweight, with 13% of all adults classified as obese. While the global rise in weight is of concern, a lot of extremely large people have taken long, hard looks in the mirror and decided to change their lives by shrinking down. In today's video, we're talking about the 10 heaviest people in the world who lost a ton of weight. And good for them. Stay tuned because these drops are shocking. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to The Supreme, and click the notification bell for more lit content. Let's get rolling. Jesse Shand. Before July 2015, Jesse Shand from Idaho, United States, weighed close to 700 pounds. The 26-year-old was depressed and did not leave his house for years after piling on an excessive amount of weight. Shand would spend hours playing video games and trolling people on the internet. Shand would regularly post comments on videos on websites in order to antagonize people. It was during his daily internet trawl that he came across a bodybuilding website and decided to post a message on their forum. He started a thread titled, "Ask the fattest man on the forum anything." Thinking he would trigger the weightlifters, he received positive encouragement to lose weight. Members helped him devise a plan for weight loss, including food tracking and exercise. In the end, the community was able to overpower the negativity that had been stopping Shand from doing the work, and after changing his habits, he dropped an incredible 300 pounds. His thread is still one of the most popular on the site. The only issue was that Shand had a lot of excess skin, something he is still hoping to tackle with surgery. Arya Pramana. 14-year-old Arya Pramana was once the heaviest child in the world. The teenager from West Java in Indonesia tipped the scale at 423 pounds, but only gained the weight in the span of a few years. Personal trainer Adi Rai worked with the boy after hearing about his story online. Following gastric band surgery, Rai and Pramana tackled the youth's weight, which plummeted as he lost an amazing 220 pounds. Now the teenager weighs around 200 pounds and is continuing his training with the goal of losing even more weight. He hopes to capture what is left of his childhood and one day move forward as a healthy adult. Pramana's main issue now is that he has a lot of excess skin, although he is planning a surgical procedure to have it removed once he's completed his school exams. Rai describes his student as a symbol of hope, and I think so too. Good for him for turning his life around. Mayra Rosales. Mexican-American Mayra Elizabeth Rosales once weighed 1,036 pounds, making her the heaviest woman in the world at the time. And if that wasn't title enough, she rose to fame because she was jailed for murder. Rosales initially claimed she had fallen on her nephew and accidentally crushed him, but doubt was cast on her confession, and her sister was found to be the real killer. Mayra had tried to shoulder the blame to protect her sister. The woman found herself attracting more attention than normal because of her size. She even starred in a documentary called Half-Ton Killer, which gained her even more fame. After Rosales was cleared of criminal wrongdoing and her sister went to jail, she endeavored to lose 800 pounds, which is one of the biggest weight losses of all time. Mayra managed to lose the weight through diet and around a dozen surgeries. Discussing her journey with news publication ABC, Rosales said, "Do not lose hope and keep fighting because we only have one life, and it's well worth fighting for." Well said. Rosalie Bradford. Rosalie Bradford once laid claim to the title of heaviest woman in the world and spent 10 years confined to just one room. In 1987, she weighed 1,050 pounds, and in the span of just over 5 years, she lost 736 pounds. Her weight loss saw her win a Guinness World Record in 1994, although her accolade has since been lost to another. At her heaviest, it's claimed that Bradford was 8 feet wide and took 90 minutes to have a simple wash. Mrs. Bradford claimed she was addicted to food but managed to turn her life around after meeting fitness guru Richard Simmons. Eventually, Bradford turned her life around, went back to school, and earned a second degree. Sadly, she passed away in December 2006 due to complications caused by her former obesity. Khalid bin Mohsin Shari. In the crazy weight loss story of Khalid bin Moshin Shari, the king of Saudi Arabia intervened. King Abdullah ordered that bin Moshin Shari was hospitalized in August 2013 and demanded he receive help. Shari was in his late teens at the time and weighed 1,345 pounds. The young man hadn't left his room in 3 years and needed to be removed from his house in a forklift truck. A few months after the royal decree, the teen had lost 700 pounds through diet, exercise, and surgeries. If reports on the teenager's weight were correct at the time, then he would have been the fattest man in the world. Surprisingly, Saudi Arabia has an obesity problem, with 35.2% of its adult population considered to be overweight. The young man was reportedly well-liked in the King Fahd Medical City Hospital, where staff began calling him the Smiling Man. Slowly but surely, bin Moshin Shari began learning to move on his own without the aid of medical equipment, and in 2017, it was claimed he had lost a total of 1,195 pounds to weigh just 150 pounds. Juan Pedro Franco. Juan Pedro Franco was once the heaviest man alive, but he has now managed to lose an incredible 728 pounds. The 35-year-old Mexican national had weighed 1,300 pounds and was bedridden. His weight started to pile on after a road accident he suffered as a teenager and spent half a year in bed recovering. Although he admits he was overweight prior to the accident, things soon spiraled out of control to the point where he could no longer move. After receiving a gastric band, Franco was able to walk away using a stick, which was a game changer in his weight loss journey as he was then able to move independently. Franco then underwent therapy and stuck to a strict diet and exercise routine. These days, he has dropped over half his body weight and is continuing to try to shed the pounds. When he isn't trying to lose weight, Franco is a budding musician who loves playing the guitar. Iman Ahmad. Egyptian national Iman Ahmad was quite a large baby, weighing 11 pounds at birth. His parents soon discovered she had a thyroid problem. Ahmad grew up to be the second heaviest living woman in the world, and because of her short 4 foot 7.5 inch frame, she had the highest recorded BMI for a woman, coming in at 251.1. Bear in mind that a person with a BMI of 25 is considered overweight. It's reported that Ahmad dropped out of school and didn't leave her house for 25 years. Ahmad tipped the scales at 1,100 pounds, and in 2014, a sudden stroke left her paralyzed. In 2017, she was flown to Mumbai on a freight aircraft and taken to a hospital in a truck. She received a bariatric surgery, which resulted in a 720-pound weight loss. Ahmad's sister claimed that the doctors at Saifi Hospital were lying about her weight and that in reality her sister has suffered 3 strokes as a result of the initial procedure. Ahmad suffered from infected bed sores and a series of other medical complications related to her weight. She eventually passed away in September 2017, just days after her 37th birthday. Mike Herbrenko. This guy lost 78% of his body mass. Can you imagine? Mike Herbrenko weighed over 906 pounds and managed to shed an incredible 707 pounds by enlisting the help of famous fitness guru Richard Simmons. Together, the men managed to get Herbrenko's weight down so much that he actually won a Guinness World Record in 1990 and was invited on Oprah. Herbrenko toured the States showcasing his weight loss, but after the media circus died down, he eventually let weight pile back on. By 1999, he had ballooned to 1,100 pounds, but later he managed to drop over 700 pounds again. Sadly, Herbrenko died in 2013 in Staten Island, New York. Carol Yeager. Carol Yeager was the heaviest woman ever recorded and one of the most obese humans of all time. Sadly for the American national, she developed a severe eating disorder following a childhood of abuse. In 1993, Yeager's health became a major concern when she was admitted to hospitals with cellulitis. At the time, she weighed 1,128 pounds. After being hospitalized for 3 months and put on a strict 1,200 calorie a day diet, Yeager lost nearly half her body weight, shedding an incredible 521 pounds. This is the biggest non-surgical weight loss ever to have been recorded. Sadly, just over a year after her weight loss, Yeager passed away in her hometown of Flint, Michigan. Shortly before her death, her recent ex-boyfriend married her friend, reportedly pushing Yeager into a depressive slump. The boyfriend in question had reportedly made a lot of money off Yeager's weight by acting as her media promoter. Notably, Yeager appeared on The Jerry Springer Show just a few months before her death. Paul Jonathan Mason. Paul Jonathan Mason was Britain's heaviest man and was close to being the world's heaviest living man. Mason weighed a reported 990 pounds and was consuming 20,000 calories in just one day, which is nearly double the amount needed for a whole week. Mason was bedbound for nearly 10 years, but was given a gastric bypass operation in 2010, which helped him turn his life around. To get to the hospital, he had to be removed from his property by the emergency services. After his surgery, Mason dropped just over 700 pounds. Although he had 60 pounds of excess skin to contend with. It looked as if his story was turning around when he met American Rebecca Mountain, who had seen his story on television. Mountain flew to England and then took Mason back with her to the States, when she proposed to him live on The View. In the end, the pair were reported to have broken up over a loaf of bread. Mason flew back to the UK after nearly doubling his weight again. In 2020, it was reported that he wanted to return home to receive free health care. That was the 10 heaviest people in the world who lost a ton of weight. What did you think of this list? Which transformation did you find the most shocking? Let me know in the comments. I can't imagine what that kind of weight loss does to the mind as well as the body. It sure does take some serious determination to lose hundreds of pounds.